Good evening, Joe. It's Tuesday, October 13th. Today's video is going to come to you in N parts. Part N-2. Aliens. You briefly mentioned aliens as a trope in your video, and I'm thinking about it a bit, and yes, I agree that aliens represent the outsider, not necessarily an outsider individual, but an outside emotion, feeling, concept, something that's outside the self. And I think anything more specific than that depends upon the context of the use of aliens, like Star Trek aliens versus to serve man. They're completely different tropes there. And that's the way it is with most mythological creatures in the modern era. Like vampires are always something about sexuality, but anything more specific than that, and you lose. Like, you can't get more specific than that. Good friend and secret sibling Ben has just begun his archive binge of the Log Brothers, and so some classic Nerdfighter stuff has been refreshed in my memory, and so part N-2 is going to be one of those. Now, this Friday we have off for National Fall Reading Day, which means that we just get to have off for reading. And I'm going to determine what I'm going to end up reading via book fight. Joe, I could get ahead of my English reading by going forward in the Odyssey, or I could attempt to, in 24 hours, read all of Neil Gaiman's American Gods. Let's see what's going to happen. Did we really expect anything else? And speaking of books, I finished Paper Towns. As you know, it is one of my favorite novels ever now. It was fantastic. As you were saying, John Green really deals with the identity of the individual and with really visualizing others. And I have some minor problems with some of his final thoughts on never being able to fully imagine someone, because I think that's what he does by actually writing. So we can go on into that more in the future, but I love it. It's fantastic. I'm glad that you're spreading the John Green love, or the John Green ideas. Lastly, Part N, punishments. I know that I have to get a punishment. Them's the rules. I hope that it's not too severe. Looking forward to it. But I do have one suggestion. One clarification. Suggestion 1, we need some kind of substitute vetoer to prevent each other from getting too crazy. And I think that to keep it fair, we should have one single vetoer that we both know. And I don't know specifically who. I just think that if we had one vetoer between us who would veto any extreme stuff, that would be a good idea. And the clarification, did we ever figure out if original Lit Fridays are subject to the 4-minute rule or not? You never answered me on that. I hope that they're not. Or I'm going to have to start getting photo slideshow things to get past the 4-minute rule, which will be difficult. I hope your thing today went well, and I'll see you tomorrow.